everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another Cricut Design Space update video. There has been another update in the last few days. It's not an overwhelming one, but there are a couple of things that have changed in the program, so I just wanted to show you those today. So the first thing that we're going to do is when we land in Cricut Design Space, this is the landing page, so it shows you everything on here as normal. If we go up to the three-line menu in the top left and just come down to what's new, it does give us a brief overview of what is new in this new update. So this new update is 7.25, and as you can see at the top, there is one item here that has changed in Design Space, and it's enhanced bounding box control. So when 7.23 dropped, they actually made a couple of changes to the bounding box, and it made it very, very difficult to control where you were moving it to. If you were just wanted to move it fractionally, it was very difficult to do that without hitting one of the handles on the surrounding area of the box. So you would usually end up resizing rather than actually moving your item. So if we go into new project, let's just start a brand new one and I'll show you what I mean. So I've just got a little text on the screen, then I'm going to put a couple of different shapes up here as well. So what I usually do is make them really small, and you can see how when you click on it there, now I can actually really easily click on the crosshair of that bounding box and it will allow me to move that around. And the same with this one. This is really, really tiny, so if I just click on that, I can move it around and really, really easily do that without having to worry about these resize and the rotate handles appearing and obstructing my movement of that item really. The same with the text here. So you've got your bounding box with all of your little bits and pieces on it there, and if you wanted to move that around previously, it was quite difficult, but now it's easy to do. We've got that there. As well as that being a little bit easier to maneuver, what they've also done is if you've made something really tiny like I have here, the little handles around the outside actually do disappear. And that is because when you were moving something around, the bounding box handles were so big that they would cover up basically your whole piece of the design. So if you want to get those back, all you need to do is just zoom in on your canvas and they will come back there. If I zoom back out again, oops, not quite that far, they will be there until 150, 125, and then when you get to 100% zoom, they are disappeared again. So that's pretty good. The other thing that has changed in this version of Cricut Design Space, which isn't actually discussed in the What's New menu, is something that's a little bit more of an aesthetic feature within Design Space now. So do you remember when you go into images and you want to bookmark an image? If you wanted to do that, you would just click on this little green bookmark here, this little ribbon, and it turns green and it's all good. You can do the same with a font. So if we've got text on the screen and we wanted to change the font, come up to the font drop down, and then you'll get again the little ribbon there. So you can click on that and add that to your bookmarks. Now, when we go through to make it and just click on continue, you'll see now that all of your favorited base materials also have that green ribbon, whereas before the favorite was represented by a little yellow star in the corner. So really they've just made it so that the whole bookmarking system follows through for every single item that you can bookmark or favorite, and it just makes it a little bit easier to remember that that's what that green ribbon means, rather than having multiple different icons throughout the system, because it can sometimes get a little bit confusing. The last thing I just wanted to mention with this update as well is that there has been a couple of problems with people with their nesting on their mats. It's not a problem that I have experienced, but I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were having that problem. So this is a pretty big project. It's a big banner with lots of different layers in it. So if I go through to make it, it's going to again find my machine and find my mats and stuff, and everything is on here, and you can see everything on mine is nested perfectly, so they're not overlapping or anything like that. But I do know that some makers have had a problem where once the machine has come through to this section, it has nested items overlapping, so it's a really good idea at the moment until the next update or the next bug fix rolls out with Cricut Design Space. When you go through to the mats and the make it section, just double check that everything is actually laid out correctly and that nothing is overlapping, because it's really going to ruin your project and you're going to waste a lot of material if that is the case. As you can see, I haven't actually had this problem, but I know other people have because I've seen them on Instagram and also on YouTube explaining about this problem. But that's about it for this update then. So 7.25.118 is what you're looking out for. It is rolling out gradually as usual, so you should get yours within the next couple of weeks, unless you want to go on to beta releases, which I do have, but I didn't have it turned on. I didn't realise on this new laptop. So I hope you found this video to be useful. If you have, don't forget to subscribe. Drop me any questions or comments that you've got down below, and I'll speak to you soon for another video. Bye!